Good morning. It's Monday and July 21st, and I'm just in my office right now. After the tax season, as I've said to everyone that we're only open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It means I'm only seeing my client Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I see my clients, or either do consultation and everything. But on Mondays, either Mondays and Friday, I want to be on my own on Friday. On Monday, I want to do taxes, because right now I'm here in the office. I still have 2 corporate tax to finish, and because they will pick it up tomorrow. So now it was a very nice quiet time today, and that I will share to you about what I did for day 4 of my devotion. Yesterday, remember, I did live after Rowell finishes live, and the devotion was the devotion 3, which I'm gonna recap to you. Devotion 3 was in Matthew 6 verse 34. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So, ibig sabihin nun, huwag kayong mag-worry para sa bukas, dahil ang Panginoon ay siya ang, kumbaga saan, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Kasi, ang punto dito is, kung ano natin is today. Kaya nga po, lagi ko ina-encourage ang mga tao, when you pray it for today. Because there will be tomorrow, and we are gonna be thanking God for tomorrow. But right now, you are praying for today. And of course, you are just making a plan of your future for sure. But we don't know what's gonna happen on the future, right? But you just being prepared, and don't worry about it. Many people are so worried. Actually, right now, nasaan yung papel? Oh, I received kasi ang letter para sa aming mga senior citizen. So, sabi ko, I was thinking about it, and let me discuss it with my husband if he's interested. So, for now, for day 4, it's in Isaiah 26 verse 3. I read the story of the author. Okay? Again, ang author nito is si Lysa alam mo, hirap sabihin, TerKeurst. It's a New York Times best-selling author. So, anyway, Christian siya, and he depends her life on the Lord. So, ito yung buhay niya, na pwede rin po natin ma-align ang buhay natin sa kanila. So, it's in Isaiah 26 verse 3. It says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose mind are steadfast, because they trust in you." So, ito yung kwento kasi niya, pwede rin po natin yung kwento niya kasi 52 years of her life. He grew up with his sisters, went to college, always had a roommates, then he got married and have 5 children. So, syempre, sa bahay, he's been doing a lot of things in the house. Sabi niya, my house went from feeling full of noise and other for decades of being suddenly. Okay, so yung bahay niya, syempre, ganun din nangyari po sa amin. Nung nabubuhay ang tatay ko, sabi ko sa inyo, ang daming tao. Ang daming tao. Tapos, syempre, meron kaming mga tawag ko kasi sa mga kasambahay ng mga angels. Marami kami angels, meron di lang yun. Meron po kaming mga malalaki na ng guard, may gardener ang nanay ko, ganun. Kumbaga sa kung yung bahay, malaki yung bahay namin na doon natutulog. Marami po kami kasamahan. And then si daddy ko kasi mahilig tumulong. Hindi naman po siya politician. Pag weekend, andiyan yung mga kaminero niya. Tawag doon sa, I don't know how you call that in English, yung kaminero sa public works and highways, yung mga tatrabaho sa daan, and ang daddy ko kasi pag weekend, Saturday, Sunday, mostly Saturdays, binibigyan niya ng trabaho itong mga kaminero sa farm namin. Sa may farm kami, may mga manggahan kami. Nung time na yun, siguro mga 35 yun. 35 na manggahan. Pero ngayon, sabi na sister ko, 5 na lang natira. Kasi nga, namatay nga. Na ano daw naman ng bagyo. So anyway, ang tatay ko, binibigyan niya yung bawat kaminero ng mga puno na alagaan, sila magpasiga. Pero syempre sa amin lahat, yung gamit. So ang gagawin lang ay for them to take care of the mango trees. And then, pag ano siya, na maraming mangga, so pag nagkaroon ng harvest time, 30% lang po sa amin. Kunwari, sabihin natin sa 10 crate, no? Kukunin lang namin 3 crate, ang 7 crate sa kanila. So, sila na ang, ganun. Tapos, ganun din po sa palayan namin, yung sakahan, may tenant po kami. So, ganun din, 30%. Ang tawag na tertiary, I don't know. So, anyway, so, yeah, yung 30% na mga palay, yung palay, na doon sa amin, nilalagay na lang ng daddy ko sa, sa bodega. May bodega kasi kami nung araw doon nilalagay. Minsan nga ako, nung college na ako alam mo, sa totoo lang, nagrepent ako sa tatay ko nung sinabi ko, Daddy, hindi mo ba alam na ninanakawan kita ng 5 sakong bigas, ng palay. Tapos, pag walang pera sa Manila, uuwi talaga ako. Tapos, sasabihin ko doon sa mga boy namin, uy, benta mo to, dali mo to sa rice mill. So, minsan, nakakapera ako, tapos, uwi na ako. Sabi ng daddy ko, alam mo sinabi ng daddy ko, alam ko. Sabi ng daddy ko, alam ko, ninanakawan mo ako. Ba't hindi mo ako pinapagalitan? Sa inyo lang naman talaga, para sa inyo naman yan. Kaya lang, nasa iyo na yun para alam ko, there will be a time na magko-confess ka. So anyway, balik tayo. So, itong si Liza, yung kanyang buhay ganun, dami. Nung namatay ang tatay ko, biglang tahimik. Ganun din ko, nung tumanda na siya, 52 years old. Actually, ito kasi nangyari is, ang marriage niya went in at the end. Sabi niya, and the marriage I thought, sabi niya ito my house went from feeling full of noise and other people for decades to being suddenly shocking quiet. Very quiet. The kids are now grown, and the marriage I thought would last a lifetime ended after continuous broken trust and betrayal. So, ibig sabihin nun, finally, nag-divorce sila ng kanyang asawa. So, ibig sabihin, siya na lang natitira. So, sa amin namang case namin, so, namatay ang tatay ko, napaka-quiet na po ang bahay namin. May isa akong friend, I just remember one time nung pumunta siya sa bahay, alam mo, sabi niya sa akin, anong nangyari? This is so quiet. Nung every time we come here, parang laging fiesta. Laging ang daming ano na nangyari? Tapos, siyempre, dati marami kami sasakyan. Binenta na namin mga sasakyan namin. Actually, hindi ko alam kung may natirang isa. Everything just went so quiet. Tapos, ang mami ko doesn't wanna work. Doon, mami ko makes a lot of money. Meron pa isa namang sasakyan na nadadrive ko. So, hindi sabihin nun, very quiet nung namatay ang tatay ko. Sa kanya is very quiet din. So, sabi niya, when the shocking discoveries were hitting me over and over for the years, I begged God for all the chaos to stop. Eventually, it did. But then, the quietness of the aftermath slumped into my life. I imagine it is similar to the quietness after a tornado has ripped through a community. Alam niyo naman yun, pag dito kasi may tornado, sa atin wala. Pero yung sa atin baha, no? Talagang, sa atin kasi talagang maraming tao. Dito kasi pag talagang nag-evacuate mga tao, so yung town becomes so, parang, ghost town. So, or the eerie feeling for after a house fire. Damage from the trauma is most apparent after the source of the trauma leaves. So, sabi dito, then it's actually nag-seek siya ng therapies. So, by then, of course, sabi nga ng Lord, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast. Steadfast. So, sabi niya, my counselor has encouraged me to learn to sit in the quietness and loneliness or not rush to feel it. Ganun din po ako. Nakita niyo ako lagi ang vlog. Meron kasi ako, sabi nilang kapatid ko, meron daw ako, ano yan, ADHD? I don't know if that's good or bad, but I use it for good. I use it for the Lord. So anyway, ang dami ko, busy ako. Tapos, meron akong instances ngayon, meron din akong situation na sinabi ko, alam ng mga kaibigan ko, for the past 2 months na, yung aking software ko, build me wrongfully. Okay? Wrongfully. So, charge niya ako with the Washington State, which is Washington State, walang state tax. And 98.32 din po yun. Ang dami-dami. Kung suma total natin, at that was 6,902. 904. So, laking pera nun. So, marami na ako, pwede ko pambayad ko. Maraming pambayad dun, maraming bills. So, ako talaga, I was rushing, tapos pray ako ng pray sa Lord, pray, but wala pang gano'n. So, until this day, na ano ko to, sabi ng Lord, be quiet, steadfast, mag-resilient, resilient. Kasi ang Lord naman, because you will keep in perfect peace that to whose mind are steadfast. Steadfast yung, ano ba sa Tagalog? Kasi, meron kasi ditong, may word na ginamit dito na gagamitin po when everything are, ako kasi talagang nirarush ko. 3 times na po ako tumatawag sa sa LACERT. Hanggang ngayon, talagang parang na-frustrate na ako. That's almost like 2 months. Hindi pa na binabalik ang pera ko. So sabihin, here's what I found, something quiet is the beginning of the anthem song called Resilience. Ano ibig sabihin ng resilience? Ang resilience is an ability to recover from or adjust easily to misfortune or change. Sa Tagalog, it's called katatagan. Ang ibig sabihin ng katatagan is ang kakayahang makabangon kaagad mula sa mga paghihirap, matigas ang hirap. O, di ba? Resilience. Yun ang kailang katatagan. So, ngayong araw na to, God is in the quiet. Lonely is His invitation away from distraction. After several times, sabi niya dito ha, several times, and sitting with God in the quiet, I stood in front of the mirror and said, I will get up. I will trust God. I will get healthy. I will get strong. I will get prepared. This isn't an ending. Every great start begins with a stop. So, ito po kasi sa sitwasyon ko kasi, yung masyado kong nagmamadali, ganon. So, sabi ng Lord, stop. Be quiet. So, ang gagawin ko, I'll just put my trust in the Lord. Naiiyak ako kasi. Sobra na it's 2 months. So, anyway, sabi to, meron isang magandang word dito talaga. It struck my heart. In Psalms 5 verse 3 says, in the morning, O Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my request before you and wait in expectation. Yan ang mali ko. I do my own. Tawag ako ng tawag sa sa LACERT. Ano nangyayari? Nothing. Nada. Nakatatlo na nga ako eh. So I won't call. I will just call upon the Lord. So, this devotion ko ngayon nakakatuwa, no? Binigyan talaga, parang the Lord is talking to me na yung Psalms 5:3. Sabi nga, di ba sa Isaiah, itong Isaiah 26, You will keep in perfect peace those whose mind are steadfast. So, I have to have my perfect peace. Alam na ng Lord ang problema ko. Alam na Lord tungkol dito sa 6,904 ko. So what I'm gonna do, I will just be quiet and listen to what the God was telling me. Because Psalms 5 verse 3 has been saying, kung sa inyo po, basahin niyo to. It is a good, nice promise of God. Pasensya na okay, naiyak ako kasi talagang sobra na, sagad-sagad na po talagang inis ko doon sa Lazard. And the point na gusto ko siyang palitan ng software ko. Kaya lang, I've been with them for 20 years. Masakit talaga sa loob ko yun. So, sabi, in the morning, O Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my request before you and wait in expectation. And wait in expectation. Kaya, yan po ginagawa ko ngayon. I'll wait in expectation. That's it. I'm done already with calling them. Yeah. So, kami naman nung panahon na very quiet din ang life namin, lahat po kami, mabuti ho. Ang tatay ko, he already trained us to be independent on our own. Kaya yung mga kamag-anak namin, lalo na sa side ng tatay ko, ano daw mangyayari sa aming magkakapatid. Now that died at the age of 60. Nag-aaral pa si Bunso ng nursing. Tapos si doktora, ano pa rin. Tapos, natuto po. Ako po kasi patapos na ako talaga. I'm already working, and that time I work, pasok ako PLDT. Yung second child, yung kapatid ko si Joy, lawyer siya. Tapos na siya ng law sa UP. Nakita ng daddy ko yon. Pero nung maglolo na siya, kasi sabay sila ni doktora eh. So, maglolo na si Joy, ano siya, parang she's working sa Dunkin Donut as legal parang legal assistant nila. Oo. Hanggang ngayon, maganda relationship ng kapatid kong si Joy at saka ang Dunkin Donut. Alam niyo po yung kaya meron mga wala lang pakialam ko, sumobra na ako ng 17, pero I will just share this one to you. Kaya po minsan may mga, gaya nung 80th birthday nanay ko, bumati si Piolo Pascual, si Derek Ramsey, pati si Cesar Montano, ang dami. Kasi alam nyo, ang kapatid kong gumagawa ng pag nagsasay ng contract, siya ang tawag doon, basta notary. O pati mga K-pop na kinukuha ng Dunkin Donuts, sister ko, so they have a beautiful relationship. Kaya, pasalamat ako sa Dunkin Donut, talaga naging lawyer ang kapatid ko. Tapos yung kapatid ko na doktor, mabuti naman, at that time, meron namang perang naiwan for her, kasi doktor, alam ng daddy ko, talaga gusto ng daddy ko maging doktor siya. Tapos yung kapatid ng daddy kong si Uncle Gas, tumutulong din po siya sa mami ko. Then unti-unting binibigyan na siya ng mga projects ng kanyang mga kaibigan na engineer, yung mga district engineer, lalo na yung best friend niya si Tito Jess. Kung buhay pa si Tito Jess, I just owe everything to him for making my mom go back and work. And then si sister, ang kapatid ko si Dina, pag-graduate na rin nun. So, everything has been settled because my dad prayed for it. So anyway, ako'y sumobra na ang oras ko. Talagang very emotion ako pag ganito. So I hope you guys will like this devotion na kahit mahaba. Like and subscribe, and always remember, God loves you. Babush.